The Biden White House has sent a letter to Fox News demanding that they retract and correct all of their reporting that alleged that President Biden and his son Hunter Biden had secured some kind of bribe from Ukraine totaling about $5 million. White House Special Assistant to the President Ian Sams said this in a letter to Fox News. I would cite the number of times Jesse Waters and Sean Hannity promoted this allegation and made false statements about President Biden on primetime television throughout this time period, but the footnote citations would fill multiple pages. As you, of course, now know, the source of this allegation has been federally indicted for making this whole thing up. Despite this, Fox has taken no steps to retract, correct, or update its reporting on this false allegation from 2023. As we all know, Alexander Smirnoff, the man who came up with this idea that, hey, they took a $5 million bribe, not only did he get the information from Russian intelligence, but it was also a complete and total lie. He lied to the FBI, so he is now facing criminal charges. The $5 million bribe allegation was completely made up. So the White House is now sending a demand letter to Fox News. Like, you now know this is a lie. You have to retract and correct. Now, I'm telling this story for one purpose. Because if you want to sue somebody for defamation, libel, slander, whatever, the first step is you have to send the demand letter asking for the retraction and the correction and apology, depending on how you want it done. That's step one before filing one of those lawsuits. That, to me, is what this looks like. This looks like the White House is signaling to Fox News, if you don't fix this, as we're demanding here, we're going to be left with no choice but to sue you. That's where things get interesting. And they didn't say that, right? That is coming from me. That is the way I'm reading this, because otherwise this letter serves no purpose. You know, Fox News is not going to willingly come out and be like, hey, we lied about Biden. They're not going to do that. So why even send the letter unless the letter is just a formality for you to file a lawsuit later, right? That's the only way this makes sense. So if that is the assumption that we're operating under, here's what would happen at this point. Fox News could either correct or retract. They're not going to. They already issued a statement saying, hey, we've just been reporting stuff as it comes out. Fair enough. Because at the time, this was an actual allegation against the president from an FBI informant. We did not yet know, yet being the key word, that he had just made it up. But now that we do know, if Fox News, since the arrest of Alexander Smirnoff, makes this claim, knowing that he has been arrested for lying about it, if Fox News goes out there and says Biden took a bribe at any point from the arrest until the end of time, they can now be sued. That is what this letter is doing. It doesn't necessarily mean that a lawsuit is coming right now. It's almost a warning shot that, hey, listen, first of all, you need to correct and retract. But second of all, you do it again, we can get you. Because even though the bar, as we all know, is exceptionally high for a politician to sue for slander, libel, and defamation, it's not impossible to pass. They can still do it. It's just a higher bar. And the bar has to show actual malice, meaning that the individual or the entity that engaged in the defamatory act did so knowingly, willfully, and with complete disregard for the facts. Well, now that we know Smirnoff lied, if Fox News goes out and says Biden took a bribe again, they know it's a lie. So that would be willful, that would be negligent, and that would be done with a complete disregard for the facts. This letter is not an indication that Fox News is going to be sued for what they had said, because at the time, they had no way of knowing it was made up. So they cannot be sued for defamation for what happened in the past. But from this point forward, they say it again, and I think this Biden White House is ready to sue their pants off.